Okay, welcome, welcome. Um, it's day 3 of the cleanse. Trying to keep the glare down on my glasses. But so I'm doing a parasite and metal detox cleanse. It's herb based. It comes with some tinctures. You take a few 15 drops 2 to 3 times a day, depending on which one it is. And then there's pretty strict food recommendations. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I went out to lunch with a friend and it was amazing. We had some lovely conversation. It was so nice to catch up. But I did have a couple pieces of pita, which you're not supposed to have any gluten, and um the mushroom soup might have had some cream in it because mushroom soup is usually cream based, and you're not supposed to have any dairy. And we did order the Brussels sprouts, which have some bacon in them, but I tried to not really eat. I tried to just eat like the Brussels sprouts. Anyways, I'm only on day 3, so I'm hoping that I won't have a lot of adverse effects and reactions. I did still just we ordered the Brussels sprouts with a little bit of pita, um, because it's so delicious to swipe the pita in the Brussels sprout sauce. It's just so good. And then we had some of the mushroom soup and then a salad. So for the most part, I followed the food recommendations. Um, I will update you tomorrow if it causes any issues, but I'm 3 days super clean eating, no artificial sugar, mostly no dairy, no gluten, um, no meat. I didn't have any meat today. So yeah, doing great. I feel great. I haven't had any crazy symptoms or anything yet from that, so we're gonna keep going. Um, I'm on day 2 of my period, and so I'm still doing the deer exercise. The deer exercise is a combination of massaging the breast tissue and pelvic floor exercises to redirect your life force energy from your lower chakras up to your higher chakras, and not just your chakras. Your chakras are actually related or tied to glands. So more about that in the book of the Tao of Sexology if you are interested. But so yeah, it all ties in kind of together with like the energy healing that I've been doing and trying to get my hormones back in balance. And the ultimate goal is that I'm trying to do this just like as natural as possible. I don't take any prescription meds. I do have asthma, exercise-induced asthma. I've had it since I was a kid. And I have a rescue inhaler for when I need it. And I do have a daily steroid inhaler prescription, but I don't take it daily. So, it's something that I'm like trying to wean myself off of. But those are the only things that I take that would be prescription medicine. Everything else I try to do naturally. I don't drink alcohol. I quit drinking alcohol in December 31st of 2020. But yeah, so this is my third episode or day 3. Just trying to be more vocal about what I'm doing for my own health journey. I take a holistic approach. I try to drink as much water as possible. I don't drink soda. I don't really drink juice. I pretty much just drink water. I've been experimenting with like coconut milk and some protein shakes. I did try dairy recently for a little bit, and I think that has contributed to a little bit of my hormonal acne that I have going on right now. But I'm hoping that with the deer exercise and resetting my hormones, that'll go away as well. So this is not an instant gratification. This is not a pill. This is not a doctor prescribed. So this is all based on things I've learned or read in the recently. And so, man, the glare is just crazy. Let's see, it's not getting any better. Anyways, um, Yeah, so I feel good. I have plenty of energy. Like changing my diet for 3 days so far has not caused me any crazy things. So that's good. Um, I wasn't really too far away from how I'm eating now. I do have a slight sugar addiction. Like I love chocolate. Um, so I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing for me is to go like basically as sugar free. Like I'm still eating fruit, but um as artificial sugar free possible for like 30 days. But I'm hoping that also in resetting it that I won't really crave it anymore. I already was trying to use like maple syrup for sweetener and honey, so natural choices. But yeah, so I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 this year in September. I don't know if kids are still in the cards for me if I find an amazing partner to spend the rest of my life with and it works out that we want to have kids. It's not off the table. Um, I, I could go either way, but I do want to be as healthy as possible if I were to decide that I wanted to try to have a baby. So all of this also is to help make sure that I have the best sexual health that I can have. And not only that, but I want to live to be like 100 years old, if not more. So, what you do now, and I mean, honestly, what I did when I was younger, I'm kind of trying to make up for some of that now. But at least I'm trying to make up for it now and not when I'm 60, 70, or 80 when I don't have any time to make up for it. So, um, yeah, hopefully with the deer exercise and learning about the Tao forms of sexual health and practices, I can reset my hormones, become the healthiest sexual health person as possible. If it stops my period, that's great. If it pauses my ovulation cycle, that's amazing. And hopefully all the benefits that come with it. I was having periods about 6 days long. Last month it was about 2.5. So I got it yesterday like in the morning. So it's been like 24, well, like 36 now hours of it as of making this recording. But yeah, so obviously some of these topics even that I've just covered in the last 8 minutes are things that I know as a child my parents or family avoided talking to me about. So um, yeah, we just have to change the narrative. We need to do a better job about talking about and teaching our children, our women, our boys, our girls and boys about sex, about health, about connecting to themselves, being connected to source, God and the universe. All of those things that we are literally brainwashed in our society to be disconnected from ourselves, to be connected to our body. I immediately know when my period starts. Like I used to just like go to the bathroom and be like, "Oh, I got my period." Like and I had no clue like when it started. I didn't know. Now literally I can feel like I feel it in my uterus and I'm like, "Oh, I literally got my period." I know exactly. So I'm super in tune with my body, how I react to food, how I react to exercise, if I hurt and if I hurt anywhere, like I usually like I pulled a muscle in my calf the other day hiking. It's basically healed now. I just kind of took it easy for a couple days. Drank extra water. But I knew right away what happened, what caused it. There was no question. So it's a long-term game, not a instant gratification. And I was on birth control for 20 years. I'm still resetting from that. It's been over 3.5 years now. And um it is like literally my goal to help women and girls avoid birth control. So the deer exercise is supposed to naturally stop your period, and in concurrence with that, it would naturally stop your ovulation. So it's a natural form of birth control. So there's not a lot of information out on the internet about it. So I'm using myself as a test. If I can get to the point where I have successfully stopped my period, then I'm thinking that I could maybe do some ovulation tests to show I'm not ovulating if that's the case. I am not currently on birth control. I'm dating, but I'm not in a relationship. I don't have a sexual partner. So there's no way right now to be like, yeah, it's working. Like I'm not, plus I'm still getting my period. So as of right now, I don't think it's, a go for me. But imagine that we taught our young girls how to have control over their cycles and when they are able to get pregnant, like amazing, right? Like mind blown. And then so the book also states that when you want to stop or like when you want to get pregnant, you just have to stop doing the deer exercise and then your body is basically ready and primed to get pregnant. Like it's the uterus is ready, all of your sexual organs are ready. So your sexual organ health is greatly tied to the other glands in your body, thyroid, your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your adrenal glands, thymus gland, sexual glands, and I think there's one I'm missing that I can't think of at the moment. But anyways, they are all in delicate balance, keeping all of your hormones, which are the um secretions that happen in your body so that your body is balanced. Your body is very delicate. If one of those is off, the other things are going to adjust accordingly to compensate for that. And so this is why it's so important that if things like the deer exercise, a simple exercise where you massage your body and connect to your brain body connection, if they could literally have the effects that the book says it's going to have, on all of us, like we would be so much happier. Could like do away with endometriosis, PCOS, cysts, fibroids, all of those things related to sexual health. The deer exercise is supposed to help go away. Now, if you're still eating like crap and you're drinking tons of coffee every day and you're chugging alcohol when you get home at night, um, I don't know if the deer exercise will work for you, and or I don't know like how long it would take to make it work. So this is not some one and done, I don't think. Like this is literally a holistic approach. I am working on moving my body for exercise in healthy ways. I hike a lot with my dog. I do yoga on a regular basis. Like I said, I drink tons of water. I'm really working on dialing in my food. It's a big opportunity, not only for myself, but for everyone, I think. But the thing about food is it's very bio-individual. What works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. And there are so many factors. I apparently don't do well with dairy. Also, the dairy that we are consuming right now is so far away from like what we used to eat or ingest 20, 30, 50 years ago even. So there's so many factors that go into it. So that's why I do highly recommend that you work with a coach, someone to help guide you, help provide resources, help answer your questions, help encourage you when you say, well, what if I try this? Okay, great. Well, if you're feeling called to try that, it's probably like you should probably try it. And you have to be willing to use your own body as an experiment. No one's going to know your body better. Like you cannot just go to a doctor for 10 minutes and expect that they're going to know everything about you in a way to provide you healthy information or recommendations. Like, we need to turn off our TVs. Every fucking commercial is about pharmaceuticals. You know why? Because they're brainwashing you into needing pharmaceuticals. You should not ever go to a doctor and say, "Oh, I think I need this prescription." No. Mm-mm. The doctor's job is to discuss all of the things with you, discuss your symptoms, what's causing it. Then they should also be asking about what you eat, how are you sleeping, what are you drinking, what does your exercise routine look like? even those basics, they should always be talking to you about that before they give you any sort of prescription recommendation. You have to remember they're part of a system that's designed for profit. They don't make money unless they see more patients. So they have to have less time with the patient. And then you know what? They probably get kickbacks from a lot of pharmaceutical companies for the actual prescriptions that they're giving you. So that's another like red flag. So own your health, take a holistic approach, seek help and guidance. Read books. This book, The Tao of Sexology that I mentioned, is not available for print in the US that I can find anywhere. I had to order a used copy of it. I have seen some free PDF versions of it online, so I think the resources are out there if you want to find the information. If you need help finding it, let me know. I'm happy to direct you to some of the resources. Um, but you definitely, I mean, I always ask people, why do you think it's not on the market anymore? Why do you think this book is not in print? I basically know the answer to that. I'm sure some people with a lot of money, and I would say someone with in the medical industry or the pharmaceutical industry definitely had some pulls and strings on getting it so it wasn't being published anymore. But you have to remember that this has been happening to us for a long time. They know how to brainwash us. They know how to keep us disconnected from our bodies, from ourselves, from our minds, from our true source, God energy. And it's in within us. Like we all have it. We are one, we are ourselves, and we are collective. So yeah, that was a lot. Um, okay, so to lighten up the mood, I have a funny story to tell you about my dating episodes. I was on the dating apps and obviously I matched with this guy and then I sent him a message or whatever. It doesn't really matter even what I said, but his response was something about he was going to be going golfing and then he said he was excited because to get paired up with or hooked up with different randoms um because he enjoys like meeting new people and all of this stuff. And so when I read the message, I immediately thought that he was talking about like on the dating app. Like he was excited to be meeting a bunch of random people on the dating app, and I was like super turned off. I didn't even respond to his message because I was like, what do I even say to that? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm a coach. I'm working on getting my sexual health coaching business started. So if you want more information, let me know. But as a coach, I also invest in a lot of coaching for myself. So I've done business coaching, I've done energy healing, I've done a coaching journey with my energy healing mentor. I've done group classes and programs, and I've done online training. I have my health coach certification. I've done all these different things. But right now, I'm working with a dating coach. And so I had my one-on-one with her this morning, and I was like, okay, what do I do with this when someone sends me a message and I'm like just totally turned off? Which honestly, I like thought the guy I was like, oh, this I like this guy could we could be a good match based on his profile. So that's why I was like, had this weird feeling when he sent the message. So, anyways, I showed the dating coach the message about the randoms, and she was like, he's not talking about the dating app. He's talking about when he's golfing. Like, because he's a single golfer, then he gets matched up with other groups that maybe only have two or three people because they don't usually run one person golfing by themselves. And all I can say is that we were both laughing because I didn't even think about it like that at all. Like, and then when she said that, I was like, oh, that totally makes sense. And that's probably what he was talking about. So she saved me on that one. And it's a prime example of how like our own experiences and just our ego get in the way and like we jump to conclusions. So, I thought it was funny that I thought it was like random women. And then she even showed me like we looked at his profile and it said he was like looking for a life partner and a long-term relationship. And she was like, I don't think he's talking about dating random people. And I think she was right. So, yeah, she kind of blew my mind because I was like, oh crap. This is literally why I had to hire a dating coach because I think stupid stuff about like the fact that they want to have a bunch of random dates, and that's probably not the truth at all. So, um, that's my little ramble for tonight. I hope you found some value in it. If you have any questions about the information that I provided, please reach out to me. You can reach me at my website or on social media. And I hope you have a great night. Love you. Bye.